You know who it is, you know what it is. This is Boxing After Dark. I'm Nocturnal. Nocturnal Thoughts. And the thoughts of tonight. First of all, be careful out there. I heard of some nocturnal tornadoes going on out there. And nocturnal tornadoes are the most deadliest, dangerous tornadoes. People are asleep. It's hard to see them. Got to be careful out there at night when it's tornadoes out there. So everybody beware. There are nocturnal tornadoes out there in the atmosphere. Also, I wanted to bring some attention to a new channel that I've just recently stumbled upon. It's called Chin Tucked Boxing. I believe that's correct. Chin Tucked Boxing. Click on YouTube, look up this channel, and subscribe to these brothers. It's two brothers. I don't know their names, but I like their perspective. It's balanced. It's like a yin and yang. You know what I'm saying? They viewpoints are very balanced and cohesive, and I think they're doing a good job at planting a seed and starting a good channel. So go over there, click on Chin Tuck Boxing, and let them know Nocturnal sent you. Okay, let me talk about real quick Virgil Ortiz talking about the potential to fighting Terrance Bud Crawford. And I also wanted to cover Danny Garcia talking about fighting Keith Thurman at 154. Real quick. So we all know that Virgil Ortiz has a fight coming up with Maurice Hooker. And not to look over that fight. I think that's going to be a good fight. But when I look at everything and I weigh it out, and this is just using the boxing eye and doing a little bit of research and, you know, not getting into to really the bones. I really didn't dig deep into this fight. It just looks to me that everything is leaning towards a victory for Virgil Ortiz. You know, young, up and coming, motivated. He has all the momentum behind him. He's training with Robert Garcia. He's training with Jose Ramirez, or Jose Ramirez has already dispatched Maurice Hooker. You know, Jose Ramirez also dispatched another one of opponents, one of Virgil Ortiz's opponents, what was due name, Antonio Orozco, you know, and to me, the kid just, the way he's heavy-handed. He doesn't waste punches. He throws with mean intentions. He lands with that thudding power, and you know, he's good at going down to the body. He's just nonstop pressure throwing punches in combinations, and he just has that type of fighting style that kind of reminds me of like a Errol Spence, especially when Errol Spence was working his way through the, you know, welterweight division, getting up to the top. You know, the way he's just bulldozing through competition, and his mentality, he's a force to be reckoned with. And I think he's going to, you know, get past, he's going to knock out our TKO stoppage of Maurice Hooker. You know what I'm saying? And from that point, he's talking about the likes of Terrance Bud Crawford, which is really the creme de la creme, you know what I'm saying, other than Errol Spence. And it kind of, you know, I'm kind of thinking like, why is Josh Taylor and, you know, Virgil Ortiz and these guys calling out Terrance Bud Crawford and not calling out Errol Spence? But, you know, that's neither here nor is it there. Virgil Ortiz, he's talking about fighting Terrance Bud Crawford if and when he gets past Maurice Hooker. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to make that fight. He says it seemed like that might be an easy fight to make. I know Terrance Bud Crawford possibly would be fighting with Sean Porter in May. So then maybe by the, you know, end of the year, we could see a Virgil Ortiz versus a Terrance Bud Crawford. But some people just think that's too much of a step-up fight for Virgil Ortiz. You know, still being a little green, still learning on the job, still a little bit, you know, wet behind the ears. But his retort to that, his rebuttal to that was, people said the same thing about Teofimo Lopez versus Lomachenko. Now, Lomachenko was a smaller fighting a naturally bigger Teofimo Lopez. Now, Virgil Ortiz is a big boy too, But Terrance Bud Crawford is a full-fledged welterweight. If not, he could go up even fight at a higher weight division at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if the kid will be biting off more than he can chew, if his eyes, you know what I'm saying, is bigger than his stomach. But I still applaud the what's a good word? Y'all shoot me a good word. I applaud the not audacity. That's a terrible word. Audacity. The the gumption. I applaud the the bravery for believing in yourself to the extent of saying I'll fight the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about his experience and my inexperience or my age factor and his age factor. I want to be a champion. I want to fight Terrance Bud Crawford. I can do nothing but salute that. And I would love to see it, actually. You know what I'm saying? Because Terrance Bud Crawford is starting to age. I think he's fighting a little bit more, flat-footed or sitting down on his punches a little bit more, should I say. And I mean, Father Time is undefeated. And everybody else is, all these other young guys are coming up and fighting the older generation. So it's just getting it's getting to that time where the torches are going to be getting passed, changing of the guards, and I just really doubt we're going to ever get the Errol Spence versus Terrance Bud Crawford fight. So let's move on. Virgil Ortiz versus Terrance Bud Crawford would be a good fight in my opinion. And I would further analyze that fight if it started to look like it could be on the horizon, and depending on what he looks like against Maurice Hooker, and depending on what Terrance Bud Crawford will look like against Sean Porter, that might be a closer fight than what I would originally think, just based off face value. Anyways, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. Also, I had to talk about Danny Garcia. I watched the interview with Danny Garcia, and I forget the platform he was on. It wasn't Akin Barak. It was somebody else. But I'm going to be honest with you, man. He didn't look good, man. His face looked very puffy and like he was holding a lot of water and a lot of weight to his face. His eye looked like it was kind of permanently had issues. Like his eye looked still like it was still healing. So I don't know if that was an old interview or if his eye has been like that ever since the fight with Errol Spence. But, the way he was looking and the way he was talking just wasn't adding up. He was comparing himself to Canelo, as far as Canelo not having to drop weight made him only have to focus on his skills and develop his skills. And that's why you see Canelo being so dominant. He's thinking that if he doesn't have to drop off that weight, that would make him a better, faster, powerful fighter in the 154. And then he also said he would fight Keith Thurman at 154. Keith Thurman has been doing nothing since he lost to Manny Pacquiao. So he's going to do nothing, sit on his hands for going on 2 years, and then come up and fight 154. Who the hell wants to see Danny Garcia fight Keith Thurman at 154? It just don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Danny Garcia moving up to fight 154, to me, he really couldn't name any credible opponents or any opponents that I think that he would even win against at 154. And he didn't look good. He looked like he was holding weight, and it looked like, to me, it's like, what would you look like at 154? Don't get me wrong. I think he could fight at the weight class, but I don't think he would be able to, he said his dream was to be 140, 147, and then 154. And, it's good to dream. But at the same time, you got to know when to face reality. And reality is, you got beat by Sean Porter. You got beat by Keith Thurman. You got beat by Errol Spence. And if you go up to fight 154, I don't see you beating the Tony Harrison. I don't see you beating, Jason Rosario. I don't see you beating J. Rock Williams. I don't see you beating Jermell Charlo. I don't see you beating any top names. I know he said, I got the biggest name even at 154. I disagree. You know what I'm saying? I just disagree. And there's no disrespect to him. but he didn't look great. He didn't look like he was really in shape and training, and he looked puffy in the face, and his eye looked like it had some damage. So I don't see that holding up in a fight. You know what I'm saying? And I don't see how going up in weight is going to fix that issue. You know, to me, in my opinion, you should be. He said he couldn't get down to 146, and I just don't see. Maybe I had to see him in person in real life, but he just doesn't seem that big to me to where he has issues getting down to 140. But that's just my opinion, and it's a humbled opinion. Y'all let me know what y'all think. And like I said, go by Chin Tuck Boxing. Check those brothers out, and go ahead and click on that subscribe button over there. And let's build. Let's keep building up the platform. I don't want to stretch this video out too long, man. I had a long night. Everybody be careful out there because it's nocturnal. Nocturnal tornadoes tonight, baby. Gotta be safe. So I'm out. Salute everybody out there. You're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, and also leave comments below what y'all think about Virgil Ortiz fighting Terrance Bud Crawford. Do you think he's going to even get past Maurice Hooker? Do you think he's going to knock out Maurice Hooker? Where does he go from there? Do you think he should be fighting Terrance Bud Crawford? You know, I think that'd be a good fight, but I don't know. That might be, you know, it might be the downfall. And nothing wrong with losing to Terrance Bud Crawford. You can only learn. We always look at that Canelo versus Mayweather and say that was like the best thing that happened to his career. Best thing that happened to Charlo was when he lost to Tony Harrison. Look where he's at now. So I love the fighters that are not afraid to put the O on the line and, you know, fight higher competition and lose and learn and come back bigger and better. You dig what I'm saying? That's all I got for y'all today. Nocturnal thoughts, man. Salute.